Hello and welcome to my Moments Review of Doctor Who, Season 5. How do we sum up Season 5? A bit darker, a lot faster pace, and far more well connected. That's the way I see it. I mean, you didn't see that way until the end episode, which all previous established elements, like one per episode, all came together to function perfectly. Which, I mean, I guess you could say kind of happened, but normally that was just one or two bits earlier in the season. This one, almost every episode you got a tidbit that led up to the major plot point of the final episode. Such as if an android or a cyborg believe themselves to be a real person, they can override their programming. Or, what would be the other one? Or that previous established memories can bring people back. And just going on and on like that. On the companions for this series. Totally new set of companions to go with the new Doctor. I have to say, Amy Pond didn't have that much of a backstory. I liked how feisty she was. I liked how Scottish she was. Bad reason, I know. Now there wasn't that much to her. Yes, she fancied the Doctor and she was a bit of a bunny boiler, which I actually found interesting. But no, not to mention treating her boyfriend like crap. But I have to say, my favourite companion had to be Rory. He was far more interesting than Amy Pond. He actually had a combative relationship with the Doctor, being antagonistic and seeing the Doctor as a rival instead of a fun friend or lover or whatever he normally is, which actually made for a really great relationship between the two. He had a begrudging respect, and also, even though he was played up as a bit of an idiot sometimes, he had a hidden quality of intelligence. Like in the first episode, he was the one that figured out that Prisoner Zero was the one usurping all the comatose bodies. And it's only because of him that the Earth was saved. So it kind of makes sense. And you kind of feel bad for him having to put up with Amy all the time, like her being in love with the Doctor. I won't say love, it's more of an obsession. Again, bunny boiler. But it's nice to see at the end how he sort of comes to terms with that and just lets it be. River was really good. I love how they expanded on the mystery of her. And for future reference, my personal theory is that she is going to turn out to be an assassin. It makes sense how calculating she was with the Dalek, how efficient she was at killing, and how scared it was. Oh, and that brings me to the next point, the Daleks. The Daleks were terrible. I mean, seriously, they are, in my personal opinion, they are clearly made just to manufacture a new toy line. They look like bumper cars mated of Smarties. It's like bright primary colours. They're the Go-Go Power Daleks. Oh. Although saying that, they were shot in a very nice way. They made them look quite intimidating, and the extra size really does help. I have to find the most imitating I found them was the stone zombie Dalek from the last episode. That looked brilliant when it was just coming back to life. That was really terrifying. What else is to say? The new Doctor. I love Matt Smith. He is my Doctor. I mean, I like David Tennant, and I really do. But Matt Smith is what I would call my Doctor. I mean, most people say that as the Doctor they're first introduced to, which in my case would be Jon Pertwee and Tom Baker. I mean, I was a fan of the original series way before the new one. But I really like Matt Smith. He's the Doc from my generation. I like him. He is young, yet he is a crotchety old man, clearly inside. He doesn't pick up on people's emotions. He doesn't interact well with others. He has no social skills, yet he's clearly brilliant. And that really works for him. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tennant, but his performance was all shouty and gritty teeth and sobbing and crying in this really bipolar way. And Matt Smith's performances are far more nuanced. You can see the wheels turning behind his eyes, or at least what he's acting to see. I also like the fact that this series had a lot more to do with time travel. It's nice to see time travel actually being used as a plot point, which the new head writer Stephen Moffat often does. Girl in the Fireplace, Blink, all of them have time paradoxes. This really fits in for a sci-fi show. My main problem for one of my main problems with Russell T Davies's run on series 1 to 4 was that it was too soap opera and light on sci-fi. Now don't get me wrong, I think a show needs emotional content with its characters, but I think that emotional content should come from the sci-fi and plot points, like Amy's damaged personality because of the Doctor time travelling in sort of a time traveller's wife-esque way. I also like how, you know, the drama of Rory being erased from time and him coming back and the drama from that. It's not, in the Russell T Davies here, it was separate soap opera drama happening away from the sci-fi element. Sort of like, you know, Rose having to break away from her mother and her mother finding that hard. That had nothing really to do with any sci-fi plots. Or Martha Jones being in love with the Doctor and him not requenting it. I mean, seriously, that got so old. It was a nice fresh relief when Catherine Tate came in and, you know, it was just buddy-buddy with the Doctor again. But anyway, enough about past seasons. This is about season 5. The end finale, that was quite good. I love seeing the Alliance. I love seeing... What can I say about the Cybermen? I was disappointed they kept the Cybus men, the alternative Earth Cybermen forms, which I guess was probably due to budgets, but it was nice to see them far more threatening and not just marching around saying delete, delete, delete. In this one you can actually see why they're a threat. And I'm guessing since they had ships that they are this universe's Cybermen, which is a nice return. Oh, what haven't I covered? What haven't I covered? Weak episode of the series. The weakest episode of the series for me had to be Victory of the Daleks, just because, as I explained, they're clearly just to make a new toy line, and there's not... They look horrible, and it was a very filler episode. It was clearly just to show the new Daleks replacing the old ones. There was nothing else to it. Well, saying that, there was that little element about revealing how cyborgs can change their own programming. Vampires of Venice was okay. Bit of a letdown from what I was expecting from it. A few plot holes, but that was okay. I really dislike the look of the new Silurians though. They look far too human. And I miss the third eye, I miss the big fish lips. I mean, apart from that it would be great. The new prosthetics look brilliant. But they really do just look too human for me. And it's like, then again, if they bring back the Sea Devils, who are the Silurians' cousins, I do actually wish they'd redesign them. Giant fish heads don't really work. No. Best episode of the season. Ooh. That would have to be the 2-parter with the Stone Angels. I love the Stone Angels, and I can clearly see them becoming high-ranking guys in the Doctor Who villains, the Rogues Gallery. Up there with the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Silurians, the Ice Warriors, the Sontarans. I can see the Stone Angels making reappearances and being one of those great reoccurring villains. Again, I also like the reintroduction of River Song. Yes, she could be smug at times, and that really did get on my nerves, but she is generally a good character. And it's nice to see her being built up as her own character, almost as a female Doctor with her own gadgets, her own mystery, which I really like. What else is there? Well, I think that's about it. I'll probably figure something out once I turn this camera off. That's always the way. Right. Good to see you. Bye.